My name's Janice Lange,
I'm Joyce Gerdes.
and we're co-owners of Legit Legal Nurse Consultants, and
We are successful CLNCs.
In the last year and a half, our business really took off. I quit work. I'm doing this full-time now. Joyce is
And I'm
down
working
to...
very part-time, and doing this the rest of the time.
We've done conferences, attorney conferences. We do a lot of calling, over and over and over. And she's had one, tell them the one...
I had an attorney who had said at one of the vendor conferences we were at to call me, as they might say. And so I called and no response. I called and no response and never got back to me, didn't email back to me. And eventually, about a year later, she returned one of my calls and said, "Thank you for being persistent."
And we got a couple cases from her since then.
So it was wonderful.
And we've gotten to the point, we actually have done cases in 11 states now. So you don't have to, I want people to know, you don't have to limit yourself to the state you're in or the city you're in. We've marketed outside our state, and we've gotten a lot of referrals. We're at the point now where we're getting referrals from paralegals to paralegals.
Paralegals have referred us.
To other paralegals, so it's been working really well.
I have a case waiting for me home with a paralegal to meet with the attorney and get a case that way.
Yeah, and we've done, one of our most memorable cases is we had an attorney call us because he had given a case to a legal nurse consultant, not a Malazzo trained nurse, but a legal nurse consultant. A year earlier, he was getting ready to prepare depots, and he called the nurse and he said, he called us, he said, "I'm desperate for someone to review this." I called her, she never looked at the case. So he said, "I got 6 weeks to get this put together," so we worked on it together. It was a patient who had knee surgery and then coded, so they were focusing on that they weren't paying attention to this patient after surgery. We pull the chart together, we're looking through it, we go through. We've noticed they gave 10 times the amount of morphine. That's why he coded, not because...
There was an error setting up the PCA from the recovery room to checking it on the floor and multiple people checking it.
So we call the attorney back, we tell him this. He's like, "You know what, there's been 3 people look at this and nobody picked that up." They settled within 3 months.
It was
We're
exciting.
A big number.
It was the most exciting thing we did. Is like, we know why there's a problem, and here it is.
And we provided an anesthesia referral for that one. The anesthesiologist personally called us and said, "I can't tell you how much time you saved me by having a timeline." He said, "I knew right where to go to." He said, "I wasn't searching through records." We've never had anybody from experts call us and tell us how wonderful it was.
And therefore, we saved the attorney money because we had everything in a row for the expert, and the expert didn't have to go through the records.
We've
we
done a lot of
pointed that out
cases.
to the attorney that we saved you money.
And we've gotten referrals from that attorney. We do a lot of conferences, and we've had a lot of nurses, even friends and nurses. But we have a lot of nurses come up to us, or attorneys who know nurses that want to work for us. And our policy, we made it our policy, our response is, if you're Malazzo trained, please send us your CV.
If you're not, we cannot accept your...
Yeah, we just said we've made it our policy. And so that kind of eliminates a lot of people out. But also, we want somebody who's Malazzo trained. I don't have time to retrain somebody. Yes, I want to train them with the way we set our stuff up, but I don't want to have to retrain them on what they're looking for and what's the positives and what's a rabbit trail. I don't want to train them on that. I want them ready for that. So we've made that a policy, and subcontractors that we have used have always been
We put the time and effort into getting our education through the Malazzo Institute, and we expect others to do the same.
Great.